You have
Minute.
a flyer for the conference?
Hold on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to EduTALK. Dr. Barker and myself here. We're talking about the conference coming up. Yeah, Dr. Barker, what are you saying? Welcome, everybody. It's EduTALK.
Welcome everyone to EduTalk. Always a pleasure to tune in and with Dr. Dice to talk about educational issues. But as you know, there's a lot of work going on with Education Solutions International and Dr. Dice, as usual, trying to provide services to the Caribbean through his experience in the diaspora. So I know that there's a big conference coming up. You want to tell everyone about this conference so they know if they're coming, they know what is going to be an offer on the menu, and if you're not coming, so you know exactly what you're missing and maybe have some time to make some decisions about coming. Dr. Dice,
Oh,
talk a little bit
yes.
about the
Yeah.
conference.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Barker. Yeah, we're planning the Caribbean. It's the inaugural Caribbean Teachers Conference, and in November 13 to 16. It's a big deal because I think it's the first of its kind. We're focused only on Caribbean educators, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of them, bringing Caribbean educators outside of the Caribbean into New York City for this first couple of ones, and get them to experience the school system, the educational opportunities, and looking at different types of models, classroom models that they can probably learn from, and the schools in New York City can learn from the Caribbean people as well. So it's a big deal for our conference, focusing on educators.
So some key information then. When is this happening?
Yeah, November 13th to 16th. This year.
November
This year is the
13th
first one.
to 16th. And it
Yeah.
sounds like this is not a virtual conference, right? It sounds
No,
like a
no.
physical conference. So tell us, what is the experience for the
Yeah. So
anyone
what
coming
we
to this
do?
conference?
Right, right. It's similar to we had one earlier this year, and you were one of the presenters in that conference. Very good workshop around tools that administrators and school leaders could use. And it happened in March. So we have another one in March for administrators and school leaders. This one in particular is primarily for educators, and it's focusing on teaching and learning strategies, classroom management strategies, the discussion around observation and teacher evaluation, some things to do with a generational trauma, and responsive, restorative practices that are happening or should happen in the classroom for teachers and for students. And then we look at going into the school. So one of our biggest partners in New York City, one of, because we have a few, is the UN school, the United Nations International School, and the Catholic school, one Catholic school in Brooklyn. We want to keep the teachers primarily in Brooklyn because that's our
Right.
home base for this conference. It will change probably next year, and
Okay.
they visit schools. They become a part of the teaching and learning process with the teachers that are already there, and they're doing what the teachers are doing for a number of hours, and then they will implement a not implement, organize a plan of action around a classroom model that they love and that they could implement in their schools. They'll take back with them and implement it in their schools. They will also get the opportunity to become a part of ESI, Education Solutions National International Community. It's an inaugural, what do you call it, a system that as soon as you get to the conference, I call it the graduating gift is to be a part of the international community of ESI.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
splendid.
so they are going to get a chance to not only come and do these workshops, but they will be going into some top quality schools as well to get to
Yes,
see what that kind of practice is. But it sounds to me like what will be great for the people coming in is that they'll get a chance to work on a problem that they are, a challenge, let's use the word challenge, that they
yeah,
are facing within their school. And
yes,
so by the time they leave on the 16th or the 17th, they would
yeah.
have a solution or an idea about how they could approach the challenge.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. Yes, yes.
definitely.
Because, they can find a challenge anywhere in the classroom. And it's not because it's a bad classroom. They have
Right, right, right.
certain areas that they would love to get a little focus on and find some solutions. And they're not working by themselves. They're working with each other in groups, and they can support each other with solution-oriented ideas to implement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a lot of value in the, when they say I have a problem, it's best to share the problem, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
so that is a very smart way for
Mhm.
them to but some of the benefits of that as well is that they'll build some networks, right? Like with
Yeah.
people that they might not have worked with before, right?
Yeah, that's a very good statement and question there in one. One of the things we looked at, for example, in our conference we had earlier with the school leaders across the Caribbean, they actually build a partnership with one of the educators at the international school here in New York, and that they ended up getting sporting equipment back to one of the Caribbean islands through that partnership that they built, and it's going to be ongoing. Some people got the what do they call it, textbooks,
Yeah.
the teacher edition of textbooks to go back with in subject areas. So they
Yeah.
they have that, and then they get some online link to materials and resources that they got. So it's a lot of different partnerships that they can build through the networks that they will come in contact with. It's very good,
Okay.
very rich experience. And
Okay.
the
So
other
is
thing
it
too,
true?
Dr. Barker,
Yeah.
they immerse themselves into the life of New York. So they get to take the train underground, the subway. They get to take the bus. They talk to other people who New Yorkers are very open to talking to people. I mean, they might not want to help you like with money or anything like that, but run into problems or needing directions, anybody
Yeah.
across New York
So
will
it's
assist
a
you.
life, it's almost like a nice as I say, immersion into
Yeah,
American life.
yes,
And
yes.
at the moment, I know that you have a number of registration. You want to shout out some of the countries that are going to have some
Yeah,
representatives there?
yeah. I want to give a big shout out to Belize. Belize has a lot of people coming,
Yeah.
teachers from the union, the Belize Union. Shout out to the representatives and also the leadership of the union in Belize. We also have from the Bahamas, big up Bahamas Union, Teachers Union, and Antigua, as well as Trinidad Union. This is the first we're having Trinidad being a part of it in terms of the union in Trinidad. So big up to Trinidad, as well as Belize too, first time. So we're looking to have a long, strong partnership with those who are just coming in, and as well as, let me see what I'm missing. We don't have anybody from Jamaica, which is very sad at this time, but we understand that they're having their own conferences and workshops going on,
So
so
there's
people
some
can come.
clashes with the schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have,
It sounds to me like an opportunity missed
yeah, it
for
is.
anyone who cannot be there. But obviously, you work with the group that has committed to be there and make sure that it's great value for them.
Yes,
And then
yes,
obviously that spreads into return groups as well as other people being
yeah.
aware that this is happening. So what are some of the workshops that they'll be doing and who will be
So
there?
yeah, we have partnership with Dr. Joe Waller will be there. Don't forget yourself will be there on the panel. um with that panel discussion, but other important people as well. Dr. Rowan Jowala, who is dealing with technology and AI. He's a researcher with AI systems as well as inclusivity in organizations. He will run a workshop online virtual because he's all over the place. I think he's coming from back from Brazil recently. And then
Yeah, yeah, he
we
was
have,
traveling from what I saw.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Noel Gordon is going to bring his expertise. He is a very, very strong leader in New Jersey public school system. So he's coming in and he's going to be doing workshop with restorative practices. I think the Caribbean really needs that with our students. Then we have um, Dr. Judy Villeneuve Dice is going to bring on a workshop as it relates to cultural responsive curriculum across the Caribbean, as well as the personality type with Myers-Briggs. And what am I missing? And then we have other people who are going to just stop by to give support to. We have the Consul General for St. Lucia, who is sponsoring a space part of the event. The space for it's called St. Lucia House. We also have the Brooklyn Library, which is a very nice setting next to the Brooklyn Botanical Garden is very nice. So we have a space there that we're going to use. And the library itself is very, very nice library, ancient and vintage library. So I think that's the time that we have, Dr. Barker, to spread some information about the conference
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
No, no, that sounds good, man. And yeah, so anyone who is this should be a high-powered conference with some top academics and expert practitioners from the field. Anyone joining this will certainly leave empowered and emboldened to apply some of these into their school. So looking forward to it. It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
far away. It's like literally less than 2 weeks
Yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah, it's ready. And
All
if
right.
people need information, they can go on our website at edusolutionsintl.org,
Yeah.
or if they want to Google us, Education Solutions International ESI, and they can get information on the website about the conference. All right. So Dr. Barker, we'll talk soon,
Yeah, yeah.
and in people in viewership land will talk to you. Please visit our website, educationsolutionsinternational.org or edusolutionsintl.org. Or if you want to Google us, just Google
Yeah.
Education Solutions International and you'll have us. All right. Well, good. We'll see you next week
Yeah.
on EduTalk.
Take
Dr.
care. Bye-bye.
Barker, yeah, we'll see you. Take care.